Dang, so we're live, active.
We're live, we're active.
On the air.
On the air.
Ready to release.
Pause.
Restore. New content.
You're tuned into the Hubcast. I'm Anthony, I'm the host. With me I have Daniel Ward.
Yo! Watch out.
Word, it's Daniel Ward, aka Prophet. He's one of the coldest producers out of Chicago.
Yeah.
One of the sickest singers / rappers out of Chicago. He's an audio engineer.
That was heavy. That hit heavy.
Oh God, he's just a all around high talented music man. He's got an album out right now. He's actually got 2 albums out right now.
Matter of fact, it's multiple.
He's got Prophet Was Here, the album. He's got God Made a Way, the album.
It's kind of like a mixtape, but it's still good.
Well, either way,
yeah.
God made a way
God
for
made
Prophet
a way.
to be here today.
And
he is. I'm gonna have the link in the bio to check out the music after the podcast, or right now if you want to. But without further ado, this is the Prophet interview.
Welcome.
Thank you for coming, Daniel.
Pause,
Got
bro.
that shit. All right. So your name, you drop your albums under the name DAW Prophet.
Yeah.
DAW Prophet.
DAW.
What does DAW stand for? Is that like a gang?
No. So it's not. It's not a gang. Matter of fact. It is my initials, and it's chill.
So it stands for
Daniel Andrew Ward. But matter of fact, if you record anything, make any type of music on a computer, DAW probably also means like a digital audio workstation. I was gonna think of like another more basic name and then call it. It was
digital audio workstation.
Yeah.
So Pro Tools is a digital audio workstation. For those
Logic
who don't know,
is a digital audio
FL Studio.
Yeah.
Any of those who make beats.
Factual.
I'm using Pro Tools to record this podcast right now, as a matter of fact. So yeah, that's my first question. So DAW stands for your just initials, your whole name.
Yes, sir.
Cool. All right, next question I gotta ask is, what attracted you to music in the first place?
Man.
What were some of the artists? Name some of the artists.
Some of the artists, man. It depends how like far back you want to go, really. Because as a kid, like Guitar Hero was lit, bro.
Give me that shit. You said Guitar Hero?
Like the songs on there, bro. Like real talk. What's that? It's a Linkin Park song. What I've Done by Linkin Park, bro. I was like 5 or 6 years old, bro, and I was like I was deeply feeling that song for no reason, but it came out, and I was hooked.
So Linkin Park.
No, I played it on Guitar Hero.
So okay,
I was the vocalist.
So Guitar Hero really was the thing that was like, hey, I like the music on here.
No, I mean that was just a funny example. I also I have musical family members. So I was around music my whole life. I grew up in the church. Tons of music
hey,
there.
A lot of artists do.
Piano, strings, orchestra, stuff like that.
Okay, do you remember like an artist that to you was just so good as a kid that it had you like downloading their songs or turning on the radio to hear the specific song? Like, do you remember like the first song that you like downloaded that you were like, this is it?
I don't know if I even downloaded music until Spotify like came out, and you could like see, I would get free trials for 3 months of Spotify and just make multiple accounts back in the day.
Oh God, that's the method.
Right. So
I still do that.
Yeah. So I think I first downloaded my first songs in probably like 2014, 2015, when you could download a Spotify playlist to your device.
And what artist was that?
Well, I mean, I can't think of any specific one artist, but back then, man, I was listening to a lot of rap at that point. So I'm not gonna lie, I was listening to like Odd Future, Hobson, Tyler the Creator,
True.
NF.
I see that type of vibe. I got into that vibe too. It's
Although,
nothing to be ashamed of.
No. As the longer I went on, I was like, matter of fact, I respect that vibe.
Yo,
Yeah.
they was cool.
Yeah.
They was on it. Okay, so those you would say those people got you into listening to music. What made you not just want to listen to music, but like create it? Was it any specific artist or artists that inspired you to do that, or anybody in particular?
Well, there is one specific event that I remember, but even before that, like I played drums at a younger age, and I didn't really stay with it for more than like a few months.
Mm-hmm.
But during the times, or just because I didn't have a kit or anything like that, now I play drums a lot more. But during the time where I did play drums as a kid, I wouldn't always be that good at playing what was on the paper and stuff like that, like the specific practice exercises. But I would be able to like hit certain things that I thought were cool, that I wanted to practice. So that might be.
So like,
I also sang a lot of songs as a kid. Like I would like make up the lyrics to songs as I went.
Yeah.
Like my friend had a guitar in
Nice.
the whole Guitar Hero era, you know. And I would sing along to those songs all the time.
did you just freestyle too?
Oh.
Just like over.
Yeah, no. So it started off like doing vocals in Guitar Hero, I guess. But then I started actually like just being like, oh yeah, art, words. Like I could like make stuff. So definitely one time with Tommy. I know you've met him before.
Yeah.
But we
Good guy.
bro, there's this old Facebook video of him playing the guitar on the bed, and I'm just sitting like over on the other side, and I'm just like singing like every time I look into your eyes, and I'm like 11, bro.
Hey.
And yeah,
Dude, I remember when I was really young, there would be no music. And I would get my family in the living room. I would dim the lights, and then I would like make them sit down so I could like freestyle sing songs to them.
hell yeah.
So I feel you on that. Just like always singing to songs.
Right, like the voice is like a very powerful instrument. It's like one of the only ones you're born with. You know what I'm saying? So like even like I feel like a lot of people when they're younger, they just start like messing around with their voice. You know what I'm saying? They're like, oh, well, I got this on me all the time. Like, I might as well like see what I could do with it.
So when was the first time you would say that you made a song? Do you remember
The first time I made a song? Like wrote it down.
Yeah, just like
Yeah,
you had
so
this like boom. Here's
so
the
I was
song.
probably like 15 in PE class. I was a chubby kid. Not that matters for it slightly matters for the story because I didn't want to go to PE class.
All right.
This was sophomore year of high school, and I really didn't want to go in. I woke up. I was not feeling it that day. You know, I probably didn't eat breakfast. Probably woke up late. Stayed up late the night before.
It's one of them days.
Bro. And then I was about to go to school, and then I was like, man, I really don't want to go in. And this was a Binder. I don't know if we're allowed to say that on the show.
Mr. Binder.
Yeah. I don't know if we could disclose names like that.
No, you're good.
Yeah, and
Shout out Mr. Binder. He was shaped like a pear. No, he was shaped like an upside down pear.
You can't shout him out that and then say that.
No, it's cool. He got to be comfortable. I'm not body shaming. I'm not body shaming him. I'm just describing how it was.
True.
He looked like an upside down pear. He had the skinny ass legs and the big top. It's like an upside down pear. So it's PE class.
Yeah,
Mr. Binder.
I really didn't want to go in. So I sat in the alley and I just started writing a verse, I guess. You know, and it was pretty bad, to say the least.
You think it was bad?
I mean, I thought it was hard, but like if I were to show what it actually was to somebody, I'd be like, yeah, that's cringe. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But at the time, it was like the most fire thing in the world.
Hey.
You know, so I had wrote something, a verse, and then I went to. Well, I guess I can't just say that in like a few words, but so I sat in an alley and I was just on my phone and I was like, you know, rap songs are cool. I feel like I could do that. It's not as easy as I probably thought it was when I was like, let me start doing that.
Yeah.
But that's how it seemed. So I was like, let me try this. And then at that time, I think I knew about the idea of a triplet flow, and I played drums before. So I kind of thought like, oh, I could just do like 7 syllables a line. You know what I'm saying? And have it be like da 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 da, and then just put words to all of that. And so I kind of I figured that in my head.
So you thought about the flow first,
yeah,
and then you applied words to the flow.
To the flow.
Did you write to a beat?
That time I don't think I did. I definitely remember
straight up acapella bars.
Yeah. Okay. I remember looking for a beat on YouTube, and that was like one of my first experiences really searching through type beats on YouTube.
Yeah.
But that was definitely a thing.
Sophomore year, that was like your first this is my song. I got it.
I didn't record that one, but that was when I first started writing. And then maybe like probably 2-3 months after that, I end up recording my first song, which is with Tim, if you know Tim. Yeah. I probably wrote like 5-6 verses or songs, or just like a decent amount of like, you know, some frame of reference to know like, oh, this sounds like this sounds like this. But then the first one that I thought was good enough to actually like record, I did with Tim, and I was actually making beats at that point, now that I'm really thinking back. So I started making beats because I wanted to rap, or I got FL Studio even way before I started writing. But then I don't think I really like figured out the audio driver thing until after I started writing, because like I was like, oh, it's silent, I can't hear anything when I first got on FL Studio. I haven't thought about this in a while, so my thoughts are a little bit cluttered on that. But yeah, so that's when I first got FL Studio. I was probably about 15, and then I started making beats after figuring out how to like get it started. So
your thought process was, I need to know how to make beats so I could rap. Right.
Cause I'm pretty sure my first beats were after my first verses. No, they definitely were. Okay. So I wrote my first few verses, then started scrolling through type beats on YouTube, and I was like, this is not it.
Is there anything in specific that inspired you to want to make your own beats? Like a lot of rappers don't do that.
Yeah,
I know Kanye does.
I thought Kanye was so raw.
So Kanye inspired that aspect of being able to make your own beats.
I would say that, just kind of being able to like express yourself that way, and like being able to just choose to do it instead of like it having to be something you have to do.
When did you stumble onto Kanye? Did somebody put you on? Do you remember who it was?
See, Kanye, I was still like back in the guitar era I was talking about.
Yeah,
that's when I first started hearing Kanye, and I was like, that's lit. You know what I'm saying? Like that's a slightly different side of music that I'm not really used to. That was probably about the time of Heartless, around that came out, so or even Graduation, some songs.
Yeah.
Like Good Morning as a kid, I definitely saw that probably on YouTube.
Graduation was when I was probably first introduced to Kanye. Homecoming.
That was like in
Can't Tell Me Nothing.
Yeah, that was almost the Crazy Frog era, bro, if you think about it.
Crazy Frog? What are you talking about?
You don't know about that?
You're ringing slight bells in my head. Yeah, there you go.
Ding, ding.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Fuck,
bro,
dude.
It's really good, bro.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, so, yeah, that was a big thing for me, too. So would you say, did you have a natural ability to make good music off the bat? Or, because you said that your first verse wasn't good.
Especially the lyrics, yeah.
Yeah.
I think the flow, like I got the idea of the flow. I'm sure my delivery wasn't that great at that point, just because I was inexperienced. But I feel like at least I had the idea with the flow. And like nowadays, if I had to do that, you know, I would probably clean it up a little bit, because I would like for like anybody to be able to play my music in any scenario. So I probably wouldn't really have swears in it. And I definitely, when I first started making music, this was like, I keep saying this was the era, but this was like the SoundCloud days. That's a big part of it. I say Kanye, but SoundCloud was a big part of it too, now that I'm thinking about it.
Yeah.
Huge.
SoundCloud is it? Because that, it allowed for a lot of independent artists to make noise.
Right. Juice WRLD. I first heard Juice WRLD on SoundCloud. Lil Peep, X, Suicide Boys. Like that whole era of music, that played a big part too, because I was like, dang, anybody could do this. I could just go ahead and make a song, right? Make a beat, you know, like I'm pretty sure Suicide Boys were self-produced. I always thought they were a little weird, not to be judgmental or anything like that, but like their music goes hard, you know what I'm saying? And I was like,
I like some Suicide Boys songs.
Right, definitely, they got some good songs, and it's like, I was like, dang, he's making the beats for his own songs. Like I could do that. And I was also finding out about like people selling beats and stuff in that era. Okay. Like Young Cortex. Bro, I'm trying to think of this one producer off the first Lil Peep album, bro.
Oh man, what is his name?
Bro, I forget his name.
Start with the N?
I feel like you gotta Google that, bro.
Google, okay. What is it?
No, because he's got like some producers that were like so influential. I'm sorry, but yeah, there were like some mad influential producers back in the. Big Head on the beat. The
Smoke Sack.
That's who I was trying to think of.
Smoke a Sack.
Yeah, and man, I was just like, dang, there's all these like dope beats that you know, they're a little bit messy because people made them, you know, in their houses and stuff like that. But they're still dope and good enough to go viral, you know. So we would hear stuff like that and be like, "Yo, that's raw." Like,
they did. They did this with a mic and a computer and a speaker.
Right, probably in somebody's house or a room, basically. Like. And it's just like, dang, that was
so that kind of broke a barrier in your mind, would you say?
Yeah, that's a good way to put it. I was kind of just like, oh, music, anybody could do music. You know, you don't have to be like a great singer or anything like that, or like naturally talented, like it looks like on TV a lot. So you know what I'm saying?
So you would say you had a natural feel for it because of your background playing drums for rhythm, obviously finding the flow, and then you just kept getting better. When was the first time that you made a song you were like, damn, this is like actually good? And what song was that?
Well, when I first like spit my first verse, I was like,
so that was it?
That wasn't even a full song, but like when I first made my first song ever, I also thought it was the coolest thing ever, because I was like, I just made this, like I didn't do anything in life, and you know, that's like generally in life, like I didn't really have like a major thing that I did.
It's like a first like painting,
right? And I was just like, I could do that, like, you know, and like I could think of these words and say them on the mic, and I'll be able to play them back in my ears.
What did you feel like you had something to say with the lyrics that you were writing when you first started writing lyrics? Was it something you were trying to get off of your chest, or was it more to sound cool? Like what was the initial thing? Because I know it's probably a bit of both now. Yeah. What was the first?
I mean, I definitely needed some type of outlet. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's a lot of stuff when you're 15 that happens. Yeah. That you don't really know about because you're 15, but you're still just like you got some frustration at 15. You know, angst. like the average teenager.
Teenage angst.
I guess so. Like you just kind of want to like outlet somehow and do something where nobody could tell you anything, and you just kind of want to be able to like really do your own thing in that way. That was very vague, but that's how I was feeling about the scenario.
I get what you're saying. So,
Yeah.
so you were like, damn, this is good. So I know people who have quit right away after not being happy with their results.
Mhm.
I'm sure you do too. Or after getting negative feedback or realizing it's just not for them. What kept you from quitting after your first songs and beats? How about your beats? Were your beats good at first?
No.
No.
My first few
what
beats were trash.
what kept you going? What made you
I
keep
mean,
going?
it wasn't even like that trash, but like nowadays, from a more artistic standpoint, now that I've been doing it for long enough,
Compared to what you could do now.
right, and I have enough frame of reference to be able to compare it to the old stuff and be like, oh, well, I think I like this better than that.
Yeah.
But nowadays, looking back, my first few beats were trash, like musically, sonically, like all types of stuff. Like,
But you didn't think so at the time.
at the time,
So
once
would
again, I kept playing it back over and over
Yeah.
again. Like,
So is you thinking that it was fire, just it being something that you created that kept, so it was the feeling of it being done and
Mhm.
getting to play it that kind of kept you creating more, would you say?
yeah, I guess being able to hear it back was like always the best part. Sometimes like you're very unsatisfied with that at the like
Yeah.
after you record something, but sometimes you record something and you're like, this is sick. Like,
Yeah, I would compare it to like say you're on a fucking skateboard, dude, and you're trying to do like a double kick flip, dude, and you land that double kick flip and you're like, hell yeah. And then it gives you that little dopamine, like, oh, that sounds dope,
right,
you
right.
know? So that's what you would say kept you going in the beginning.
Yeah, I
Okay.
would say that.
So you do everything yourself.
I was just about to I was starting to think about that right now because I was about to get into. No, my bad. Finish the little segue.
So you told me what gets you in making that song mood. It's that environment. It's
Yeah.
it's the conditions of the environment. It's the beat. It's the feeling. So now take me through your process of making a song. So because you do everything yourself, you make the beat, you write the lyrics, you sing the song, you mix and master. What's the first thing that you start with all the way to the last thing you do typically?
See, that's why I say it's a lot of work. Cause if I'm really going in, like I'm not always like, let me make a song right now. Sometimes I just start making a beat. Then the beat is the type of beat that I want to write lyrics to or do something vocally to, because I'm hearing flows and ideas and melodies in my head and stuff. So I'm considering the different angles. You know, I could take the beat from. I said that weirdly, bro. Short attention span on maximum right now.
You good? No problem, bro. First thing you do when typically starting a song.
Oh, bro, see, yeah. So when I first start a song, a lot of the time I'll start with a beat, and that's why I say it takes a lot of work.
You start making the beat, or
Yeah.
you have the beat typically when you make
There's a mix of both. Sometimes I'll, I don't want to say like my best songs are all made in one session, but some like it's nice when I could just lock in and just like make a beat and then think of something on the beat and then record it, and then the mix sounds pretty good. You know, it's a good fit for my voice and stuff. Because I make plenty of beats that I don't make songs to.
Right, but it always starts with a beat for you.
I think there's also been like my first ever songs came about because I needed to make a beat for my vocals.
Okay.
You know, and sometimes I would try to make something I already wrote fit to the beat, but a lot of the time I would write something new for that beat.
For the beat.
So I did a lot of writing to beats.
Yeah.
I wrote on a
Maybe you should go
decent amount
back
of
to your
beats.
roots. You should try to start. Maybe try something like that. Writing a 16 and making a beat to it. See how that turns out.
Yeah, no, that's actually a pretty good idea.
God, back to the roots tape.
Oh, bro, back to the roots tape. Let's go. That'll be raw. I'm not even gonna lie.
Oh God, that'd be cool. So you usually start with the beat, and then once you got the beat done, what do you do from there? When you got that beat,
if
locked
I'm
in,
really
this is the
feeling
beat
the
I'm making
beat,
a song on.
If I'm really feeling the beat, then I'll export it or no, I won't export it, and I'll just like start recording in that session. But
when you start recording, do you just start recording? Do you start freestyling? Do you write to it
a lot
before
of the
you start
time,
recording?
I'll think of stuff in my head, like musical ideas usually, or just like melodies, you know, like rhythm, stuff like that, and I'll like hear it in my head over the beat, and then I'll be able to like for example, I can go da 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 da, you know what I'm saying, and if that's an idea I hear in my head
That works over the beat.
on a beat, I'll be like, oh, you know what? It was smack to hear that, so let me just go ahead and go through the motions and write the lyrics to that melody. You know what I'm saying? I'm not always just like
So sometimes do you think of the melody and the words at the same time? And just freestyle it?
Like Noah was one of those, you know,
Yeah.
and I feel like back in the day I used to freestyle more.
Yeah.
Like at first I just started writing, but especially when Juice WRLD was getting famous,
Yeah.
it was a heavy emphasis on the freestyling.
Right.
So I was always really trying to get good at that. That was something I cared about.
Yeah.
I don't do it as much as I used to. Nowadays, I feel like I mostly write.
Yeah.
Part of that could be because I'm usually around other people when I record, especially at school, which is, I didn't say it on this podcast, but I go to school for audio engineering. So there's a lot of people that want to record their songs and do stuff like that. And it's kind of like you get self-conscious in a way, you know, either you could compare yourself to other people.
Yeah, because when you're freestyling in front of people, you're trying to you're throwing fucking shit at a wall. You know what I mean?
Right.
Sometimes it could come out embarrassing or whatever.
Yeah.
It might not sound that great. People judge you or whatever. So I get that. I get like that too. I don't like freestyling in front of certain people. But people I'm comfortable with, you, and I don't know, really just you. I don't really like freestyling like that in front of a lot of people.
No, it definitely be like that. That's something I want to get better at, you know, in terms of the confidence, but also in terms of just like the skill itself. But that's something I don't do as much as I used to, because nowadays I'll usually write to a beat.
Okay.
Yeah. And like nowadays I actually write super fast most of the time.
Yeah.
Like I'll like I can usually like think of a verse and write it down like really like not in the same amount of time it would take to do a freestyle. Yeah. But like not that much longer, you know what I'm saying? Like I write pretty quickly, I guess is what I'm saying.
All right, so you get the beat. You write the words typically, and then you record.
Yeah, usually.
Okay, and then when you're done recording, do you go straight to mixing and mastering the song?
A decent amount of the time, yeah. Like recently, I did a song where I waited to mix it, but I'll talk about that in a bit. Especially like when I was first starting to use auto-tune, like I would definitely want to mix the vocals like ASAP, you know what I'm saying? Just because like dry vocals don't always sound that good, you know what I'm saying? So yeah. I always wanted to just make my vocals sound as good as I possibly could. So that's why I got into mixing. I also got into mixing a lot because of you showed me a lot of things, especially in Pro Tools. You always had the Waves demos locked in, and I was like, that's the strategy. Like
them Waves demos, man,
bro, they'll get you far.
Oh God, they don't even allow you to do that anymore.
I know, bro.
You gotta put a credit card down on file, bro, now.
I got half an album like that wouldn't be there if that wasn't a thing.
Right.
Yeah.
I had a lot of music that wouldn't be there if that wasn't a thing. Dude, fucking Wave. Basically, there's this program called Waves, and they have audio plugins, so equalizer for your vocals. You want reverb, you need echo on your vocals. Anything mixing related, they got plugins for it. And they had this way where you can make an account. You can sign up for a new account with like a 10minutemail.com email. And then you can get a demo of every plugin for like a week, and you just have to keep making new accounts. They don't allow you to do that anymore. Now you have to put a fucking credit card down, and if you forget to cancel the trial, you get charged like $200 something, which has happened to me. So,
yeah, I didn't even know that.
I got a refund, but they didn't even have to give it to me. Anyways, what's the most rewarding part of making, performing, and putting out music for you?
Well, I feel like I do a lot more making music than I do putting out music, and I do a lot more putting out music than I do performing.
Okay.
So I have not done that many performances recently. Like some of the ones we did with One Light were like the most notable ones for me. You know, I've done a couple short sets here and there, maybe like 2 or 3. Once at a school thing, and then once at a bar, like somebody's birthday or something like that. Or no, not somebody's birthday. Somebody was performing, and I signed up for a slot type. Yeah, you know the drift. Like those showcases where it's like a lot of artists. They all get to go up for 10 minutes, 5 minutes.
So what's the most rewarding part of that? Just performing and the whole music process, doing what you do music related. What's the most rewarding part of it for you?
So the most rewarding part of being a musician really is just being able to think of things and apply yourself and put in the effort to actually like put them out and be able to hear them, in a musical form, and then hearing it back and like having it kind of sound like what you thought of in your head. So
just bringing the feeling it gives you, bringing to life something that existed only in your head at first.
And that's super sick.
Awesome.
And it's cool being able to hear something back that you've done before. And you're just like, wow, this is like...
So you would say even dope. More so than somebody listening to it and giving you positive feedback, more so you like enjoying it yourself. That's good. That's awesome. So once a song is finished, what do you do? How long does it take for you to typically release a song after you've made it?
Man, it usually takes me like probably like 3 months minimum to release something. I'm sure recently there actually was something I released on YouTube at least like right after I made it, just because I was like, oh, why not, like if someone sees this, that'll be cool. If not, at least it was fun.
Typically it sits, or are you making changes throughout the 3 months minimum?
Sorry, could you say that one more time?
Typically, does the music, so when the song is finished, is it being changed within the 3 months that it takes for you to release it? Or are you making changes throughout the 3 months?
A lot of the time I'll go in like sections, or no, sessions, that's what I mean. So I'll start off making a beat, and then maybe I'll finish the beat and then go back to it and write to it later, and then I'll record that later than that. Sometimes I finish making something and then I have to go through multiple mixes. But usually those are spaced apart, like a few weeks. So they a few months. They
do go through like adjustments before releasing. Cool.
Yeah, and there's some songs I always like would like to go back to and make perfect. I'm like, oh, that song would be super sick if I like could make the perfect version of it. You know what or like the nowadays version of it, which wouldn't be perfect obviously, but it would
be better.
It would definitely be better according to what I would think. But I don't always get around to that. A lot of the time I'd rather think about doing it
and just putting out the song as is.
Yeah, because sometimes I try to redo stuff and I'm like, this is actually worse.
What's the process of releasing a song like for you? How do you release your music?
So I put it out on DistroKid and then that's it.
Do you
my promotional strategies are little to none. DistroKid puts it on online streaming services.
Okay.
So like Apple Music, Spotify,
And
YouTube
then,
Music, Amazon.
And once it's on there, you promote it yourself through your Instagram, Snapchat.
Yeah.
Whatever social media.
Which is usually minimal in terms of reach.
Mm-hmm. So you haven't focused so much on promoting it?
I always think like, oh, I'm going to start focusing on promoting my music. But then when it really comes around to it, I'm like, I don't really know how.
It's a job in itself.
It is a job, but it's also like I don't even know what the steps of the job are. Like, where do I start? You know, like I posted it on all my social medias. Now what? Like, where do I go?
Well, I think you're incredibly talented,
I pay
bro.
for it? I appreciate that, Brody.
And I think you deserve a bigger platform.
Incredibly, that was incredible.
Hey.
Like the Incredibles.
I think you deserve a bigger platform, and I think people are definitely sleeping on you. Do you think in order to reach a certain level of fame or success off music, you need to sell your soul, or that success in music, in the music industry, is gatekept by the Illuminati or some secret society?
I don't think so. I know some really talented people that are just like, dang, like I could tell you just worked really hard to get good at that thing. Like, for example, like I met like a gospel artist.
Not good at it, but
school.
like success in the music industry, like to be...
Oh, like famous?
Yeah.
Well, it depends. Do you mean success as in like you're making money off of it, or success as
like
in
you're one of the top earners on the label?
I don't think you need to sell your soul, but you need to sell a lot of your masters and a lot of your performing rights.
Yeah. So not literally selling your soul, but
definitely
taking a
slimming
deal
down your freedom in life.
Yeah. So you think after a certain level, in order to reach a certain level of fame and sales, you have to take a shitty deal.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So do you think that is the Illuminati, or that some secret society, something going on there? Do you think it's just business and sharks in the business, whales in the business, gatekeeping?
I mean, really, I guess it depends on who you ask. Like, I don't really exactly know the difference between all the powers that be. You know what I mean? Like, I've heard a lot of different names for whoever is in control of all like the big banks and media. And I feel like everybody's like pointing fingers at somebody different. But I definitely know there are some powers that be. And I think at the end of the day, God got it, and we're straight for that.
So would you ever sell your soul to join the Illuminati to receive fame, money?
No, sir. No.
Even if you were shown proof that you could make it in the music business, or that you couldn't make it in the music business without doing
I run away. I bolt.
So you would rather...
Bro, I go so fast.
All right.
Tippy toes run, bro. So away from that situation.
If it was held down, the music industry, to where like there was no way for, if it was, I'm not saying it is like this.
Yeah.
But if it was held down to the point where you could not make a living off of music without selling your soul or taking a shitty deal, if it was proven that you couldn't do that without doing that, would you still make music?
I mean, would I still make music, or would I still pursue fame? Because I don't think I would pursue fame or any of that, like what you would call success in the music industry. But I definitely would probably still make music if that's not against the rules. You know what I'm saying? Like at the beginning of the day, or at the end of the day when I first started, I did it for me, like to hear my own creations and stuff like that.
All right.
So I could still do it for just me. I would do it either way. Yeah. But ideally, we get to a situation where I can make a living off of my music.
All right. So,
but I wouldn't do anything crazy like that to make it happen.
It's good to hear.
But I would definitely put in hard work to do it. Like, I'm willing for that.
Yeah. Good. It's good to hear this more than just a monetary thing for you. I think a lot of people are just in it for the money and fame.
Which is a dumb thing, because, like, this is a dumb field to pursue money in.
Yeah.
Like, bro, go start a sound company.
You want to make...
Go start a company that rents speakers, dog.
Right.
Don't try to be famous.
Well, a lot of people are in it for the fame. You know?
But, like, don't try to make a viral video and blow up. Like,
yeah.
You know, if you want to make videos and post them, that's totally cool. But, like, I don't know. I feel like that's really not the motion.
Yeah.
And nowadays it makes it seem like there's a, you know, I'll just get one viral video, and then I'm set, and I'll sell out everything.
What's that one quote? I think like Dr. Dre said, "It's easy to get it. The hard part is keeping it."
Oh, bro,
motherfucker.
Yeah.
So I think because the music industry is so fucked up, where it's all based on money and it's all based on people who are wanting fame. I think that a lot of the music, especially popular music nowadays, just isn't as meaningful as it used to be. It's like record labels and all these music companies aren't looking to sign and promote people who have the most talent or the most soul. They're looking for whoever's going to make them the most money. Would you agree with that?
I feel like famous music is often dumbing down. You know, like it tends to be restricted to only a few subject matters. Like, it's always about like partying, or like it's got like sexual undertones, or like you know, it's about getting a lot of money, buying nice things, stuff like that. And I feel like it's almost getting more to be about that than it is to make great music.
It's a lot of degeneracy.
I guess, you know, it'll just be a 2-minute song meant to like. And the whole thing is just like bad things.
Shake
like,
ass, sex, guns,
right.
drugs, turn up.
Or not bad things, but just things that we definitely don't want to promote to the youth.
Activities.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I would say it's low vibrational things. Like, so with that being said, do you think that music losing all of its monetary value and incentive would increase the quality of the music being made?
You said increasing
if
the monetary.
No, if it lost all of its
monetary. All right, well, it's done that already.
Yeah.
You know how much a stream is worth?
There's still rappers making millions.
Yeah, a lot of it. I think live music is worth a lot more nowadays.
Yeah.
But just digital music, the ability to play a song, man, Napster killed that, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What did Napster do?
They, I think, released the first ever digital download MP3 for free, or maybe it was paid.
So that was the first time, like, instead of having to buy a disc or a tape or a vinyl, you could just download it and play.
You could just download it. Like, keep in mind, like sound's not that old.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's like it was probably like maybe a little more than 100 years before that. Digital, well, yeah, sound has been around forever, but the ability to capture and reproduce sound, like even analog sound is not that old. Like, it was like, I believe, late 1800s. You know, so basically what I'm saying is it was only like 100 years in between the creation of like mics and stuff like that, and being able to just like grab a song from anywhere, you know, and just listen to it in your ears. You know what I'm saying? Like I could find like a artist from like Vietnam, you know, some completely different country, and I could just like download this song and listen to it for free.
Right. So, but if there was literally no way for someone like Lil Pump or just anybody to make millions of dollars off of music in general, do you think that the music being made would be better, or it would be higher vibes? It would be less negative? Would it be more beautiful music?
I believe so. Probably.
Yeah. Would you if you believe so, would you rather have a world where no money is made off music, but music is just incredibly fire, like heaven in your ears, like God just hired the best orchestra in heaven, or a world where it's good enough music, like it is today, but the artists are making millions from it, kind of like it is now.
Well, I mean, would music still be as popular in the first scenario? Like everyone would still do it, like. Because if so, I would probably choose that one. But if it was more rare for that reason, or not rare, but like less
accessible,
or if it was just like not as common, I guess. Mm-hmm. I don't know why.
I think it would still be popular because if it's fire, I mean.
Yeah, right.
You know, I feel like more music would come from the soul. You know what I mean? And that's gotta be healing. It's gotta be more healing. It's gotta be more.
Right, they would just do it because it's what they feel like they're supposed to do.
Right, rather than people like fucking Ice Spice.
Right.
Like, damn, she in her mood. She lit. Get money too. Like, that ain't coming from the soul.
It could be, but it probably isn't.
Yeah. All right, so for the next section of this podcast, I want to give you a bunch of names. I want you to tell me who you like better or who you prefer. Cardi B or Ice Spice?
Like their music, Cardi B.
Cardi B. Okay, Jay-Z or Nas?
Okay, so we are talking music. Jay-Z in terms of listening, probably.
Jay-Z?
Yeah.
Okay. Tupac or Biggie?
I gotta go Tupac.
Tupac?
I can't lie.
All right. Eminem or Lil Wayne?
I was about to say, before you even said the second name, I was about to say, like, I'm picking Eminem. You know what I'm saying? But Lil Wayne's pretty good. I don't know. Lil Wayne, he's like definitely one of the GOATs, I would say. Like in terms of rapping and freestyling, he's like unmatched. So Lil Wayne is crazy. But if it comes to if I gotta listen to one for the rest of my life, I put it in that context thinking I would say Eminem, but now I'm thinking about it. Like
you got a Millie on there, you got 6 foot, 7 foot.
I would say as far as influence on me, Eminem.
Okay. Kendrick or J. Cole?
Kendrick.
That
one's kind of easy.
I agree.
J. Cole's cool. He's cool, but I don't know. His music just doesn't.
I could listen to J. Cole.
It's not as replayable to me, I guess. But maybe I'm just not listening well enough.
Yeah. Okay. So you pick Kendrick. Travis Scott or Future?
I would say Travis Scott overall. Yeah. A little bit less like. I don't want to say dark, like. But I guess Future music tends to be a bit more negative. Okay. You know, Travis Scott still talks about, all the stuff we were talking about earlier.
Yeah.
But I feel like Future sometimes he'll say stuff and I'm like, yo, that went hard, but I don't really relate to that.
Yeah. Okay, so Travis Scott. Lil Durk or G Herbo?
G Herbo.
Okay. The City. Damn, that's a hard one. G Herbo fast.
Lil Durk, I want to say, I don't know.
The hood won't like that one, bro.
He's cool.
Either way.
He's cool. I like G Herbo more.
NBA Youngboy or Kevin Gates?
Kevin Gates.
Yeah?
Yeah.
That's surprising for me. Lil TJ or Polo G?
Polo G, to be honest.
Really?
Yeah. Lil TJ, he got some good songs. I think he's good, but sometimes he be sounding like, I can't even do my Lil TJ impression. He be like, bro. What was that song?
Steady calling my phone.
Oh yeah, steady calling my phone, bro.
I told you before that it's over. Okay,
that was so bad.
Hobson or NF?
That's the hardest one yet. No busy, bro. No bizzle bro.
No bizzle lap. Is it gonna be Hobson? NF.
Hobson.
Hobson?
Yeah.
Okay. Lil Baby or Da Baby?
Lil Baby.
Okay.
I had to think.
Some people call you the white Lil Baby.
They right. Matter of fact.
They right, little baby.
I mean, maybe you can't be objectively right or wrong on that statement, but to me, yeah, I
Young
agree.
Thug or Playboy Cardi?
Young Thug.
Okay. Logic or Russ?
Russ.
Russ? Okay. Damn. Tyler, the Creator or Earl Sweatshirt?
Earl Sweatshirt.
Okay. I like that answer.
Tyler, the Creator. He got some good new albums.
He's creative.
But some
He got a little sugar in his tank.
That's alright. That's alright.
21 Savage versus Kodak Black.
Man, for a long time, I probably would have said 21 Savage, but to be honest, Kodak Black.
All right.
Just because I feel like 21 Savage kind of do the same thing every song.
Like he be diverse with it, to be honest.
He be going hard sometimes, but sometimes I'm like, damn, he on this too.
Yeah.
Damn, he on this too. Bro, I saw 21 Savage in Call of Duty, bro. He's in Call of Duty, bro.
He getting them checks.
He getting them checks, bro. They got yeah.
All right, two more. Lil Peep or Juice WRLD?
You can't.
I know.
You can't do
there
that.
was SoundCloud era though.
Oh, okay. All right. Real, full, honest talk. They both had a lot of influence over me, in terms of like art and stuff like that. I'll say Lil Peep did more, influenced me more at first, but I don't know how else to say this. Like Juice WRLD influenced me a lot too with the freestyling, but I guess what I'm trying to say though is that in terms of skill, I think Juice WRLD probably is a bit better than Lil Peep.
Okay. This is just personal preference. You don't gotta feel way behind.
No,
I didn't even think.
Okay,
that
in terms of just
dead.
like the music, right? If you're asking what I want to listen to right now, probably Juice WRLD.
Okay.
But Lil Peep was dope.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I agree. XXX Tentacion or Ski Mask the Slump God. That should be an easy one.
I gotta go with X.
Yeah. R.I.P. X. That's one of my favorite artists of all time. Speaking of favorite artists, what's your top 5 rappers? Gotta give me the top 5.
Top in order?
They don't gotta be in order now.
All right, cause that I'll need to look at a paper to do that.
Yeah, nah, just
Yeah.
top 5 rappers in no particular order.
All right, just the ones that come to mind: Lil Wayne, Eminem, Kanye West. I heard Dr. Dre in my head, but I swiped left on that.
Yeah.
Nah, that was just a thought that came to my mind. My brain's like looking in the folder of like great rappers.
Like,
but he's just
Russ is better than Dr.
significant.
Dre. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah. Dang. Controversial opinion,
Yeah,
probably.
I'm sorry, bro. Dr. Dre isn't that great at rapping.
At rapping, yeah.
Good producer. I need another 2, man.
I don't know why Young Thug came to mind, bro. I don't know if he top 5 greatest of all time because recently,
Just for you
some of his last music hasn't that been great.
Yeah,
to
and
me.
you better not say Tupac and Biggie because
Yeah.
that can't be in our top 5.
I actually don't listen to that much Tupac
right,
and Biggie.
right. We can't
I mean,
put that
like
in
it's a little bit before our era,
right.
I guess. So like we definitely heard a decent amount of songs, especially listening back.
Mm-hmm.
But like it's not what we were most familiar with. I'll say Earl Sweatshirt for the 5th one. If
Eminem?
it's just personal preference. Yeah.
Wait, so what was the 4th one?
I said it. Who was it?
Eminem, Kanye, Lil Wayne, Earl Sweatshirt,
Oh, Young Thug. Was the
Young
one I
Thug. All right, bet. Top 5 producers.
said. Top 5 producers. All right, let me turn on my second brain for this one because I really got to think. I like Flying Lotus. I like Kanye West.
Fire.
I like Metro Boomin a lot.
Metro. That's 3.
Murder Beats, I guess. I
Murder
mean, I don't know
Beats.
if he's like top 5, but I definitely saw some of
Murder
those
Beats.
genius videos, and I was like, "Yo, that's me."
Okay.
Oh, I'm thinking of producers. Oh, Madlib.
Madlib.
Yeah.
Oh, he's fire.
Oh, and Jay Dilla. You got to throw Jay
Jay
Dilla
Dilla.
on there too.
All right. So if you got to choose,
Questlove too is fire.
Okay, if you got to choose one of them that you just listed to do a session with right now, who would it be?
Producers and artists, or just producers?
Just producers.
Dead or alive?
Dead or alive. Just of the ones that you listed, though.
Like to make a beat or to chill with?
To make something with. To make a song or something.
I would say Mad Lib.
Mad Lib, really?
Yeah.
That's a vibe.
Oh, no. Metro Boomin.
Metro Boomin, really?
Yeah.
Yeah?
I guess that's the clout chaser in me. But I'm like, yeah, bro.
All right.
What about if I had something new with Metro, bro, that'd be something. That would
be fire, bro.
Yeah.
What about rappers? Of your top 5 rappers, who right now would you want to do a session with? If you can only pick one.
I'm thinking, cause I feel like some of them would stun on me. Like Lil Wayne might, bro. I feel like he'd just like record something real quick and then just like be like, "Don't talk to me." Like,
nah, man. If it was just like y'all were kicking it, the energy was good.
I mean, if he was nice, Kanye probably.
All right. So, Kanye. If/when you get invited to do an interview with Nardwuar, what are you scared of him pulling out and shocking you with?
Like musically, it's usually a record he pulls out, right?
He be pulling out. He pulls out information like where you went to school, fucking what, he's weird, bro. Like, what if he pulls up like your Google history?
See, like, I'd be fine then, but like, yeah, I mean, probably like Facebook messages from like 8th grade.
Like, what if he got like one of your first beats that you ever made and he plays it for you? Would you be concerned?
I'd be like, that's all right. If it was like some of my first vocals ever, I'd be like, all right, relax. Especially like, some of the stuff I was saying on the songs, I'm like, all right.
Are you looking forward to your interview with Nardwuar?
Yeah, he might be cool.
Yeah. Is there anybody else that you want to do an interview or podcast with besides Nardwuar? And why then?
Sway, I guess.
Sway in the morning. Why Sway?
Sway before Breakfast Club. Breakfast Club, I feel like would be mean to me.
It would just be Charlemagne. He would just be mad that you're white.
Yeah, and I'm like, I respect that, Charlemagne. You could have that. You could think that. Like, who am I to tell you not to think that?
What's your life outside of music look like?
Well, right now it's a lot of going to school and working, and then coming home, trying to practice as much as I can, which I guess is involved in music, but just trying to like put as much time in as I can. And then I also spend a decent amount of time working out as far as free time. And then a decent amount of just like sitting on the couch.
What about family? Snacks. What's your family like?
They're chill. I have 2 of my older brothers do music. One of them is a music teacher and one of them just plays guitar. So there's a pianist and a guitarist in my family, which is cool.
Nice.
And yeah, my family's chill.
You got a good relationship with your family?
Generally good vibes. I got a bunch of siblings there, and we're like spaced out as far as like the ages, by like 5 years each almost. So it's just a little different having different aged siblings. Like, I still got a younger brother in high school, but like both of my sisters have 2 kids right now, so it's just an interesting dynamic.
Big age gap between you guys. Do you have any goals outside of music and audio related things that you're actively trying to achieve right now?
I want to be able to do a handstand. That'll be cool.
Hey, dude.
Pistol squats.
They didn't make these for standing on.
Wait, you said outside of music?
Yeah, outside of music and audio. We got handstands.
It'd be cool if I could jump really high.
You getting
Actually,
hops.
I'd rather run really fast first though. 'Cause
Trying to run faster.
I feel like I could climb a bit more practically.
Hey.
You know what I'm saying?
All right. Trying to get physically.
Yeah. Other than music, it's mainly physical stuff.
That's good. So if you could fix one major problem in the world in a blink of an eye, that fast, snap your fingers, and the problem is fixed. Something that you really care about and that rests on your heart and soul. What would it be and why? Just one thing in a blink of an eye.
My first thought was ISIS, but that would be kind of funny. I didn't actually mean that. It just would be a funny response.
ISIS gone.
I will eliminate ISIS. But man, probably. Could I say hunger and poverty like at the same time? Like,
No.
no.
Well, I think if you fix poverty, then that would fix hunger. No.
Yeah, I mean, I guess if I can make people be able to like have places to stay and eat consistently without fighting each other for it,
So-
that'd be nice.
You would lift everybody out of poverty. That
And induce world peace at the same
induce
time.
world peace through that. All right. You plan on having kids? You want kids?
When the time comes, but I got some missions to attend to first.
All right, you got to decide this right now. What's the first song that you're playing for your kid
In the world?
in the world, or
Well,
through
it
the
might
belly?
change over time. It definitely might change over time.
But if you had a kid right now, it just popped out. It's on the table, all still bloody still, and you could play a song to introduce it to the world. What song is it?
Good Morning by Kanye West.
Yeah. Hey, so not even one of your songs,
No,
dude. You know what the song I played was?
what?
It was the GD anthem for Grace. As soon as she popped out,
That's decent.
it is decent. So good morning.
Yeah.
So you guys should go check out DAW Prophet.
For
DAW
sure.
Prophet, aka Prophet. He's got 2 albums out. One's
Yeah.
called Prophet Was Here.
Yeah.
The other's called God Made a Way.
Yeah.
And one thing I'll say is, one more time, God made a way for Prophet to be here today.
God made a way.
God made a way. So
God
thank
made a
you.
way.
I just got 2 more questions for you, Prophet.
Prophet was here. Out now. God made a way. Out now. Let's go.
If
One
you
Light
had-
Records. Out now.
If you had one shot,
Yeah.
one moment,
Yeah.
one opportunity to seize everything you ever wanted in one moment. No, that's not my question. I was joking. But if you had one song and only one song off both of your albums, could be off either one to promote to the world, which one would it be?
Like,
It's like that's the one you really want the world to hear, man.
that's a great question.
Take your time.
I feel like a safe bet would be Hope You Know. I don't know if that's the one that like I specifically would want to be like the most famous one, but I feel like that one would probably get some people like, oh, that's decent.
Good introduction to you.
Off the new tape, I think the hardest song off the new tape is Back On. I think that song goes
So
really
which
hard.
one? Pick one. Pick one.
I'll probably have to go with Hope You Know between those two.
DAW Prophet, Hope
Yeah.
You Know, out on all platforms.
Yeah.
YouTube, Spotify, iTunes, Apple Music, Napster, Tidal Music, any Instagram, Snapchat. It's on everything. It's on TikTok. Go check it out.
Yeah.
That's the one.
Yeah.
All right. The last question that I have for you,
What's the question?
I want to end it with,
End it with.
is there any advice, or where would you say what someone's first steps would be if they want to start making music? What would you tell someone like that?
Don't pay for studio time.
Don't pay for
Get you a
time.
studio at the crib.
Get
Some speakers.
What do you need?
Some studio monitors. I know like there's like everybody does this nowadays, but basically get you some speakers, get you an audio interface, get you some mics, or at least one mic for you. Maybe some headphones and a computer with the DAW, and then just start practicing.
You can even do it on your phone.
Yeah. You literally nowadays the level of entry is actually so much easier. Like, I don't think BandLab was really a thing when I first started making music. Nowadays you can just record with auto-tune, with effects, on a beat, and just load it up and record it all from your phone with headphones, which is crazy. So that's what I would say to someone who wants to make music to do. Just get a fucking beat. It's not easy. There's a bunch on YouTube. If rapping is what you want to do, or if that's what you're saying, rap, whatever you want to do. If that's what you want to do, get you a beat off YouTube from a friend. Get you a beat from Prophet. Yo, I definitely got beats. Check out the YouTube channel with like 200 plus beats.
Oh God, he's got beats on there. Get you a beat from there. If you don't have a computer, if you don't have a microphone, you got a phone. Just start doing it.
For sure.
And then keep learning and keep getting better.
Definitely do it. That's critical.
What I want to end this podcast on is a quote from this book that I'm reading. I forgot what the book is called. I think it's called The Master Keys. But it's a perfect thing to end this off. I'm going to just read it. Every thought tends to become a material thing. Our desires are seed thoughts that have a tendency to sprout and grow and blossom and bear fruit. We are sowing these seeds every day. We're planting these seeds every day. What shall the harvest be? Each of us today is the result of his past thinking. Later, we shall be the result of what we are now thinking. We create our own character, personality, and environment by the thought which we originate or entertain. Thought seeks its own. The law of mental attraction is an exact parallel to the law of atomic affinity. I don't know what atomic affinity is. We can figure that out another time. But mental currents or thought trains are as real as electric, magnetic, or heat currents. We attract the currents which we are in harmony. Are we selecting those which will be conducive to our success? That is the important question. Align, basically. You know, if you desire success, in order to have success, you need to have some kind of action or repetitive action that leads to the success. Mm-hmm. You can't have success without action. You can't have action without thought. Nothing gets created without thought. You have to think about something to create it. Okay, so action comes from thought. Where do your thoughts come from? It says our desires are the seed thoughts that have a tendency to sprout and grow. Where do our thoughts come from? Our desires. So, what do you want, and what do you need to think based on what you want for actions to come about that will lead to your success? Fix your desires so that your life is harmonious. Anything else you want to say before we end this, Daniel?
No, I agree. That was some facts you just spit.
Hey.
Major factoids.
All right, then.
Yo.
Thank you for tuning in to the fucking Hubcast.
It's the Hubcast.
This is Prophet. DAW Prophet. 2 albums out. Go check it out. Prophet
2 albums.
Was here. God made a way. God did.
Hey, I think that one's copyrighted. That's why we had to change it to God Made a Way.
God made a way.
God made a way. Haven't moved my arm in like 2